Rolling, good. All right, we're live? Okay. So, welcome to Radio Rejekts. My name is Fiti. This is the second episode. We're coming straight to it. We have SSAB over there handling sounds. And we have our two guests, actually. Second episode, two guests. Works well.
Hey,
I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. Just kind of give a brief introduction, who you are, why are you here, what are you doing?
Bet.
Good.
Go by Marcus Nogood, EMG rep, all that good shit. Ain't really much to talk about. We just do that shit, you dig?
Shit, I go by the name of Xpose. All my peoples call me Posey, you know. It's just how it go.
Today we're here to, I'm assuming, talk about Not So Dead After All, right?
Yeah. Of course, other things too as well, but that's like the fire that we need to talk about too.
Bet,
so obviously that's something.
That's why I was here. I'd assume so. I hope I'm on the right page.
Yeah. And then obviously we're gonna just jump right into as far as the project. The project is doing well. I would assume so. You guys are on a lot of blogs, a lot of, like you said, interviews that we just recently talked about prior to starting up.
Hell yeah.
Can you express the process of actually getting this project rolling? Was it like just one day chilling at the crib and then all of a sudden you were like, yeah, I got the name, or hey, we started making songs and all of a sudden?
It's funny because, you know, I had a song that I was trying to feature this man on, and we were at a classic studio out here, like around Pilsen. And
I've heard of that.
yeah, and we were making a single, and then, you know, as we were in the studio, we were just both thinking, I'm like, man, let's just bust out a bunch of singles.
Let me stop you there. Like,
You know what I'm
not
saying?
only was the project just a project, but me and Posey go way back. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing music together since we was like young niggas. You know what I'm saying? We young niggas regardless, but I'm saying, like, man, so like the project really just kind of came about on a very natural and organic, you know what I'm saying, process as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, putting the whole body of work together. So we got a lot of songs. When we started doing our first music videos, we had either featuring each other. It was kind of like more of a collaborative thing. We both come from the same collective, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, making music is the easy part together. You dig?
Now, where is that rooted? Like, is there someone that started first, or someone that kind of like, hey, you know, like, I got something going?
Okay, that's a good question. Man, bro, I don't even. Okay, so it was, like I said, I'm Marcus Nogood. You got Xpose right here. My nigga Golden is in the cut over there,
Hey,
doing
EMG
this
rap.
thing.
We got my brother Wise.
Yeah, my
you know.
dude Wise, my brother Wise, whole gang. It's a four of us. I mean, we
Yeah.
started off like as in a really big collective, but obviously like as friends groups go, we known each other for like 10 years plus. So, you know, it's came a long way. But right now, as of right on this moment, it's me, Posey, Golden, Wise. Not only we're a group, so it's like we used to do dance together, art together. Like, you know, these are my brothers for life. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's bigger than a music group, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of like the next level we're trying to take it into as far as a company.
And how far is this is this going? Is this just like a one-time project thing, or you kind of like,
No,
all right,
hell
you know
no.
what, let's do some solo things and come back to it? Is there like a follow-up coming to it?
I mean,
I know it's a little too
I'll let you-
soon
I'll let
to
you
do
answer.
a follow-up, obviously,
no, I
to
mean,
answer
like,
that.
Shit, like, we dropped it just cause, you know.
I love that question, though. Because, look, I'm going to do a tape with my man over here. You know what I'm saying? We kind of just feel it out. It's no, like, you know, do this and that. I had to put some solo shit I was working on hold just because, like, it was just the right timing for me and Posey to, like, get in the studio and, like, knock some shit out. So it's like I got side projects, but, like, you know, we just kind of came together on a specific, you know, point in time and just knocked it out. Like I said, I love to work with some other people in my team, or, you know what I'm saying, when we come together, we always make shit. And it's kind of like a regular thing.
Because you
It's
have
bound to
started projects in the past. You've had big features, like Mick Jenkins was on one of them, correct? And
Yeah, yes, sir.
So you have
That's
some
cool.
worthy name drops as far as your resume and stuff like that.
Saba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
I
Saba,
like
bro.
how-
He just dropped a project, man.
I
Y'all
like how
better
he
check out
comes
that
up
Care
and he's
for
like,
Me.
Saba.
Yeah, no, that's a
Recognize.
notable one too. Yeah, bro. I wrote a couple. Of
Are
these.
there people that you kind of, because like with this project alone, yes, there is some collaborations even aside from you two. Is there some people that you reached out to, you kind of like, man, you know who would really sound good on this? Or you kind of like, no, this is just us. We just want this project to be us.
Yeah, I guess.
It's all in-house shit.
In-house.
That's the
Pretty
best.
much.
It's kind of like the best way to do it, right?
Not only
you guys
not
work
only was
together.
it just between us, but it was a lot of like producers we know on a personal note, and like one of the studios that we always go to, like one of our go-to spots. So yeah, it was. So like that engineer at that specific spot, I've been working with him for like 6 years plus. Same with Posey. So it was like I said, like
Is this
in-house is the perfect fucking answer.
Cinnamon, right?
Yeah,
Cinnamon Sounds?
Studio,
Cinnamon, yeah.
Yeah, we reached out to them and
shout out
obviously
to
like
Reds.
So
you
yeah,
know,
so
right
how long have you guys been there as far as that studio? Is that your, because you said classics, which is iconic. That's a good spot to be kind of roaming around in.
Shout out to Cole Kane. When I'm at Classic, that's who I fuck with, man. Shout out to Big Bro.
And so as far as this project, let's get into obviously the project itself. Sab can obviously play some stuff too as well in the background. You're playing it right now too. My personal favorite, and I think I don't necessarily know if it's something that too lost in.
Lost in it.
That was my favorite too.
Yeah,
Shit,
that was
immediately, like you play it, you start playing some songs, you go through it, you go into like the roller coaster of emotions, and then you hear that sample or whatever it is, and then you start moving. You hear it, right? It's perfect. Set the mood. Yeah. It's just like spreading it, right? And then all of a sudden, and then if you got a good system in your car, you're like, oh shit.
Okay, I appreciate that you like that shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
what's the standalone for each? Everyone has their favorites.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're asking what our favorites?
What is your guys' favorites?
I like Death Day, Fire.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Second thought for sure. Obviously, I like Lost. I mean, dude, it's hard. That's a good question. I don't know. It's hard for me, but
it's tough,
three,
right?
Yeah, those three are probably like in my top 5 if I don't have to name the other 2.
Definitely Second Thought. I fucked with that heavy. Lost in it, definitely. I be telling this motherfucker right here all the time. You didn't even have to put that shit on the project. You just did the damn thing.
I mean, it is. It's good. I mean, it is.
Yeah, we both had to throw some solo tracks on there.
And is that like something where you kind of like you had a group discussion where you're like, you know what, like I can't like. You can only do 3 solos. I can only do 3 solos.
No, not really. Everything we just kind of pitched the ideas, and it's like, I mean, you know, if one of each other like disagree on it, like we'd say so. But most of the times, like I said, it was all easy going. We didn't really have to do too much thinking into it.
Yeah.
Because like, I think I pitched the idea. I'm like, bro, if we were just making, like I said, on the side note, we were making hella songs, like, onto the point where we could have did 20, 30, obviously, if we wanted to, but who would drop a long-ass project as such? So it's like, man, I feel like out of the 18, we should definitely get 2 each on some solo shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like I said, I put some side shit on hold. I know he's been working on shit, like we all been working on shit, but that project at the time was just, you know what I'm saying, a perfect
And what was the first one? What was the first song recorded?
It was Luke Kane.
Yeah, Luke Kane. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you remember that shit because I would probably go blank on that one.
I'm hitting with the questions. I'm sorry. I got them lined up.
Yeah, you light
Luke Kane was. It's funny because Luke Kane was supposed to be on this little side EP I put out on the summer. It's called Summer's Over. I had a joint called Blue Faces and what the fuck is that? I forgot what the other song's called, but Luke Kane's supposed to go on that bitch too.
Yeah.
So, and I had him featured on it, but when we decided to sit on it, we had opened another verse back up, got my homie Golden on it, and then that just ended up landing on the tape.
And what was last? What wrapped it up?
I think it's funny. I think one of the last songs was Death Day, which is the first song of the project.
That kind of happens, doesn't it?
That
Like you hear a lot of interviews and people are like, oh yeah, the first intro to the song is like the last one.
Sometimes you gotta like work the whole project through to get it like a general feel what it is to throw that like
how you want to start it.
Nice introduction.
Yeah, because we had no idea what to do for the intro, you know, as the project was going. But one day, this man hit me with the beat shit. We just instantly like, yup, that's it.
What were you guys' like influences? Like what made you choose the beats that you chose, and like, you know what I mean? Like what were you like shooting or accomplishing towards? Like what was influencing you while you're in the studio, like listening to wise, while you guys obviously aren't working on it, but just to get like ideas and stuff?
Honestly, there's a couple producers on the tape that like me personally I wanted to fuck with for a while. Like for example, AR, you know, because I fuck with Fani and I hear a lot of Fani shit with his beats. I'm like, damn man, this is cold.
Man, he has some hot ass ones on that.
Yeah,
too.
he do.
A couple, but you know.
So you know,
Beats are hot, not gonna lie.
I
appreciate it.
I mean, that's why. I mean,
Appreciate
you listen to these tracks and you're kind of like, all right, I can see a summer rolling through it. Like you can feel that kind of vibe.
As far as the inspiration, man, like I think we were inspiring each other in a sense, because like at that point when like the way we locked in and got the work done, like all we had was our own energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my engineering too. Like I said, some of the producers we know on a personal note, so they came in as well when the project was rolling. But we just kind of inspire each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, as well as all the other things I listen to on it every day. But I can get super in depth in what artists I'm fucking with right now.
And now as
That's
far
a
as
different
for the project itself, when you're, I guess for every project it's different. For individuals, it's different too as creatives. When you're creating this as a team, you have your individual spaces that you write things. You have your individual spaces that you listen to that beat for that first time. You're working on it by yourself. You're writing the verse. When you're working together, is it let's sit down together, or you kind of go your space, write a verse, come back, hey, I got this,
A lot of it was done on some like in our own on our own time, like.
and then you come
To
together?
be completely honest, like I might come up with a song, and I just know we'd both be good on it. I might send him like a voice note, like a memo on my phone, like with the beat playing on my laptop
Yeah.
type shit. So he like, it's like the song recorded, but I'm not, obviously I didn't get in the booth with it. And he'll tell me he'll fuck with it. Okay, we go to the studio. I lay my shit down, and this dude never fails to impress me, like with the shit he be coming. It just be sounding like it's supposed to be there. Type
Bro,
Yeah.
honestly, like I
or
was
vice versa.
I was gonna answer that last question about like, or his question about the inspiration. I agree with this man, bro. Like he'd send me these voice notes. I'd be like, damn, bro, like this shit fucking hot. You know, how can I not, bust back? You know?
It almost like lights a fire in you. Like,
Yeah,
I gotta
man,
do
for
something.
real, man. Like, yeah, I was inspired by other people, other artists and the beats that we chose, but it was mainly this dude right here. He a dog.
Okay, so since it's now to piggyback on that last one,
Last question.
if you guys are separate, writing and coming back, what's your space? Well, how do you set that mood? What are you doing? Is it certain other songs in the background? Are you solely listen to that beat? You got music in the background. You got
Man, a lot of my shit,
movies, whatever it may be.
a lot of I write a lot when I'm not supposed to be writing. Like I might be damn near at work, driving, walking on the fucking street. Like I don't know, man. I just,
Driving is the worst,
It
because
is.
then you got
It's
that
dangerous.
voice memo
Hey,
like,
I do this shit for real.
Bars.
Put our lives at risk. No, I'm dead ass. Like I might, you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to encourage texting and driving or anything crazy like that. But I might come up with some shit while I'm on the wheel.
for the bag.
You dig?
But, I mean,
shout out the voice memo. Shout out the voice memo though, because
because voice memo is
text.
clutch.
Yeah,
Voice memo is clutch for
exactly.
any ideas you
I
have. You
utilize
can
that
literally
shit.
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's honestly like one of the game changers for the phone is being able to have that voice memo, because you cannot sit there and try to write down your focus and everything like that.
Yeah, like I said, man, like I do a lot of shit. Like, I mean, obviously I have my times where I tell myself, like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and write. But a lot of times it just kind of comes to me. That's why I try to stress, like, it's like a really like an everyday thing. That's how we express ourselves. So it's easy to write. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really need to tell myself to do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes when I tell myself to do it is when I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
get
sense.
it. I get it.
I'm
I
sorry,
get
I'm
it.
not in the mic. My bad. I'm tripping.
No, you good.
It's just so much emotion running through.
Yeah,
He's
nah,
got to
yeah,
move back a
my
little
shit
bit.
hella-
Jitter when you talk.
My shit
He's already
kinda
thinking of
bogus
the
a little
lyrics.
bit.
The voice memo while y'all talking, like
Just
something
secretly
came to
right
me.
here,
Yeah.
just recording the whole thing.
Preparing my freestyle already and shit.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna get into a freestyle. A freestyle, we can do live verses too. I mean, we kind of want to get some content going as far as like we might break down this table and just literally have you in front of here, just spitting whatever it may be
Whatever happens.
on some Dumble XL stuff. Like some
Okay.
craziness. Now, as far as promotional push, we see Lyrical Lemonade big in Chicago. We see These Days big in Chicago. We see a lot of Swit Life, who I've connected with personally on some business stuff too as well, and try to reach out to them. That's a lot. That's a good thing. Do you kind of see a traction going with them? Like now they're starting to notice you a little more, because you get sometimes where you push it and then they kind of but I noticed them. It's a reoccurring thing with these blogs. You're kind of essentially that's the gatekeeper. Do you see that, or you kind of feel like the artists are now getting more access to make the decisions?
As far as you saying, more artists are getting they're making decisions as far as getting.
Yeah,
on the
because you
blog.
guys have push.
Yeah,
There's
I
a good
mean,
push.
I guess every blog has a different story. I guess I might know these dudes on a personal note too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we hang out every single day, but like, you know what I'm saying? That face-to-face connection, especially when you know somebody's doing something like in that position as far as a blog, and they got you on social media and they're like keeping a lookout for your releases because they genuinely fuck with your shit. I mean, that's always a plus. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even have to submit my music.
They're just looking.
Yeah, it depends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes it be times where I might drop like a whatever joint. Obviously, my people might fuck with it, but I don't even be like tripping on the whole blogs, and they pick it up like when I least expect it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But that's why I get back to is like kind of now the artists have a little bit more control, because it was at one point where you had to reach out to these record labels, you had to reach out to these institutions.
it's still rough though, because I mean, you got to think about how many artists are getting posted, and then how many artists there are just period who still aren't getting posted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially now and today, bro. 1 in 5 people you meet might damn near be an artist, producer, or a motherfucking photographer. So it's like, we all trying to do.
And then
some
you're just
shit.
trying to either connect or something like that, whatever it may be.
Yeah. So basically, my point is saying, like, I still don't think it's that easy to like, or because
To tap into it, yeah.
the
Now, do you
control.
are you finding that too as well? Because
Yeah, I
we
feel like
usually talk about that too. Do you guys have issues or have incidents where you're like, you're trying to connect with somebody and they just kind of closed-minded. They
time.
just
Definitely.
isn't that
Yeah,
bizarre
that's-
though? Is it kind of like it's fucked up?
That's-
It's a
yeah,
bad
that's-
part of it.
It really
That's
is.
just part of life, man. There's a
Yeah.
lot of motherfuckers like that, bro. You ain't supposed to click with everybody. Sometimes,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it could be anything. I feel you though. Yeah.
But now, like that's what goes back to the promotion. And now you
Okay,
have a
yeah.
legitimate thing of saying, "Hey, like I deserve some sort of, respect on that level." Like
Mhm.
you want to reach
that.
out because the features too. I mean, you have these big names. Obviously, you're reaching out to them and saying, "Hey, you want to work," and they're willing to do it because they did.
Yeah.
So is that coming like natural? Is that coming like obviously it's is there certain people that you kind of reach out to? You're like, man, I wish I would have got that. I wish I would have got that
Oh
feature.
yeah.
Yeah?
No doubt. Especially like on some personal shit, like when you catch them up close, and you just life moves on. You just like, damn. Should've said
At first, I
something
thought
right
you were
then
like
and
you
there.
catch him up close, you want to
Nah,
swing
nah,
on.
nah.
I was like, where is this going right now?
I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work. I ain't trying to do none of that.
Flexing like you already a sticking nigga.
I
It came
know.
down to it.
Like
No,
dice.
I'm trying to work.
Okay, so how many videos do we have so far for the project? Do we have much going on? Do we have
We got
some in the
like-
works, whatever it may be?
We just finished one.
We got some in the works.
But we got many planned out. Like we got.
We got many planned out too.
Because you want to extend it through the summer, right? You want to extend
Oh,
this
yeah,
kind
no
of
doubt.
like.
Oh, the promotion's still going. It's not.
Yeah.
Honest, personally, I feel like it's not going as like fast as I wish it was, but it's still going. Like, and at the same time, we still got we got a lot of content coming this year. That's
Okay.
really just about the way I could sum it up.
Now we got some shows lined up too as well coming up.
we just finished up with a couple. Big Bro over here had us out a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
That was a cool
It's a
turnout.
bash.
Yeah, appreciate you having us on
Yeah,
that.
sure,
Shout out to
bro,
DJ
always.
Sab, you dig?
I got to listen to some of those songs live. It still sounds just as good as listening to it from the album too.
Yeah,
Appreciate
definitely.
that.
So
bro.
it's good. Now, you consider this an album or a mixtape? A tape? Just say it's a
Project.
We ain't
tape.
really pushing it as far as like selling it, but it is an
Yeah.
album. But like,
Because it's on iTunes. It's on,
Yeah,
it's on
yeah, it's
Spotify,
pretty-
right?
it's
it's
on
on all
everything.
streaming services.
Yeah,
on
so-
everything.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
all
saw it.
streaming
We
services.
just saw it on YouTube the other day. She was pretty cool.
Yeah, like the whole.
Someone else put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gank that shit.
I ain't even mad at him. It spreads the music.
That's good.
Fuck you talking
That's
about?
honestly really good. That's something
Yeah.
like you kind of see that moment. You're like, oh shit, someone's acknowledged me and I didn't even ask. Like just putting it up and whatever.
Yeah,
it may be.
like if you can do the work for me and I'm gonna post it myself, by all means.
Yeah.
Do that
Now,
shit. Fuck you talking about?
I have his name up. Wolf, is it correct? You worked on some videos.
Lone Wolf?
Yes.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah. No, we did one project a few months back, and I hope we can get to do some more shit soon, bro. Shout out to Lone Wolf, man. He's
And
definitely
he's worked with a lot of people
definitely
too as
taking
well.
over the game. He leveling up as we speak. We seeing that before our eyes. So
He goes
bro
hard.
doing his thing.
Yeah. Is there any certain people that you kind of want to work with as far as visually? I mean, we can get into next as far as
Man.
like ideally, this is my next project. If I throw anybody on there, I want this person. You got all the money in the world. You got all the any studio you want to go to. You can fly anywhere and get them on there. You can fly them out. Who's getting thrown on it?
Damn, that's nuts. It's a hard ass question.
That question went from like one thing I was thinking to like expanding my
spread.
whole like option spread. But
I got all the money in the world.
I mean, dude, I want to work with like Cole again. We got some shit we did like back in 2015. I love to work with him again. I'd like to get some more shit in with Lone Wolf. Shout out to my brother Jake Wrench. Like, I mean, I'm talking about videographers at this
Yeah,
point.
and then we're gonna go straight into an album work too as well.
Yeah, shout out to my brother.
Visual.
Shout out to my brother Jake Wrench. Like, as far as visuals, man, because I am a big fan of visuals. I have a lot of ideas I'm trying to push out within as the year goes on. So those are like top 3 dudes I'm trying to definitely get it in with.
Hell yeah.
As
I
far as
agree.
like, yeah,
Oh, the bass is back. Don't worry about the bass. They just pounding back there.
they're going crazy.
They're
back
going
there.
crazy.
Ain't
It's
nothing.
part of the scene.
going
We
crazy.
live. That's
We
the reason
going
why
crazy up
you can't
here.
even knock
I
it.
told
This
you
is
that energy
the
shit.
block is hot right now.
We're really outside. This is all a front. This is
Yeah,
all like
is
in Hollywood.
This is just
That
like a little
energy
board.
should really be bouncing. Yeah.
Okay, so as far as like album project, who's getting thrown on it?
If we just
We're doing a follow up to this.
I definitely gotta get Gucci on it, man. Gucci Wop, bro. Yeah, Wobster.
Gucci
man.
is having like the time of his life
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
he balling. He good. He can go anywhere in the fucking world. He got all the money. He's straight.
Now, do you see he was trying to sign Lil Pump,
Yeah, I did see
And it didn't
that.
work out.
It didn't work out, I
did
guess.
see that too.
but Lil Pump
Did he turn it
made
down,
bank.
or it just did not work out?
I think he just wanted more money. He
got
made
like-
it. He made
He got like a 10 point or 10,
he made a good amount of
yeah,
money.
He did for
He's
one
spending it
album.
like crazy, but he made a
Oh,
good a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot. So I think Gucci probably was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's still on the features. He made it onto the Gucci Gang feature. Who do you think's hot right now? Who do you think is honestly like, you got to look out for that person?
I listen to a lot of like underground shit, man. I'm gonna let you answer that, bro. Cause I feel like what I think is hot, y'all might not know. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you answer
I
that.
don't even fucking
Elaborate,
know, bro. Honestly, like,
bro.
all I hear is Cardi B and you know.
Did you listen to her last project?
No,
I haven't got to it.
I
I'll check it out.
I haven't at all.
I've been listening to Savage shit. I just checked out Kari shit. I just actually listened to that on the way over here.
Flatbush, hey, shout out
I heard
Flatbush.
Flatbush shit's fire. I haven't checked their shit out yet, bro. You gonna make me pull up my iTunes and really let you know
Go
what
ahead,
I'm
man.
fucking with, dog.
It's
like,
all.
I fuck with Young
Hey,
Nudie
you know
heavy.
what? Hey,
Huh.
Lil Yachty, he got some hard ass
This
beats
beats
on Lil Bo too.
But
Them
the
beats are
lyrics
hard.
match.
It wasn't that bad. No, dead ass. It wasn't like cringy. It was doable. Like I
Yeah.
fucked with it in the beats. Like he had some hot ass beats on that.
Honestly, I felt like that was like more old Yachty because I remember old Yachty. He had some, some
I mean,
Lil Bo
I
shit.
can't say I was a
Yeah.
big Lil Yachty fan, but I put this nigga on. I was like, I'm about to play some Yachty. Some new Yachty. He's like,
Yeah, I
bro.
told him, I'm like, nah, don't even.
Trash.
Yeah, he's like, bro, I got you. He's like, I wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction.
That's some
over
shit
here
I'll
bumping
say
in the
too.
back.
Thank you. That's some shit I would say
I'm
too.
bumping in the
That's
back to
fire.
them beats.
Okay, so we got Gucci on it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Gucci.
It's just gonna be Gucci on.
Valley.
Oh, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, dude, he just got signed with good music.
I honestly
Power
think
move.
Fake
He
Shore
just
had a
popped up.
huge
Oh, yeah,
push
me
in
too.
him.
Oh, yeah.
Huge push.
But Andrew
sign
picks and
this
chooses
guy.
who he wants to fuck
Yeah,
with.
damn
Dude,
near.
he made a good choice because Valley. I don't know if I'm saying his name.
That Miami track goes crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
That shit with him and Vic Mensa that just dropped. That shit my shit right now.
It's that video. Isn't that video where they're shooting in the grocery store, right? It's like a visual.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild
With
because
him and Vic, right?
I didn't know who that was.
ASAP Rocky about to drop.
Yeah, ASAP
Word.
Rocky's I don't know
Visual
what
is
he's
crazy.
working on.
But you know he got some
Right.
crazy shit. Y'all see that video he just put out?
Oh my god. We were
Ridiculous.
talking about this earlier. Like,
And speaking of Lil Yachty put a picture of him saying ASAP Rocky doesn't know what
Lightning.
Atlanta thunderstorms, and you see his photographer taking a picture of ASAP Rocky outside in a thunderstorm. Then you go to ASAP Rocky's page,
He posted
and it's
that
like
shit.
the craziest picture.
yeah.
I'm like, I think I sent that to you.
Yeah.
I was like, how the hell? Yeah, you go to Lil Yachty's page on Instagram.
On
You'll see
Instagram.
him post a video of like laughing, like
Mhm.
ASAP Rocky doesn't know what the hell a thunderstorm is, and then all of a sudden you see
On his page.
on ASAP's page
Crazy ass.
the
picture.
visuals is crazy. Even going back to what is it? Excuse Me track, where it was like, oh, the visual was crazy.
I got problems. Yeah, that's my shit.
It's just a wild thing. So he's got a project coming out. There's a lot of people that are probably gonna drop.
Bro, yeah, and like right now is the time where I feel like everybody puts out a shitload of music. Like March through April, May, creeping up like ahead of summer.
Now you guys coming with it too? Because I mean, obviously, if that's the case, you don't want to get, just washed over by this cloud of just
It's
music.
an industry thing though. I'm talking about big artists like drop a lot of shit, as well as people on our level too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just let time take its, do its thing. I don't really be trying to force shit. I like to, I got a lot of shit I'm sitting on, bro. I mean,
Because you could literally
say
have
the
that one
same.
track that you didn't expect, that you put it out
And it
on
beat-
YouTube,
It
viral.
usually be that track too, that ones that motherfucker. The ones you like, you're not so crazy about yourself, but like everybody's be like, that motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because you can have a track that you're like, you think about like, man,
Yeah,
this
you
is
don't
gonna be the
really
one,
see-
and
yeah.
it settles.
Yeah,
And then you have a track where you're like, I didn't expect people to really
Yeah.
fuck with that one.
times like that, you gotta just tell yourself as an artist not to get discouraged. Just keep it moving, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just can't let that shit get to you. I mean, if it's trash and you got more than like 10, 15,
I'm not
20
gonna
people
say
letting
it's
you
trash,
know that,
but
you know what I'm
it
saying?
might
Maybe you
be
might want to
trash.
reconsider your day job, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like,
but at
as
least
far as-
getting some sort of recognition that kind of
Yeah,
pushed
of
you
course,
forward.
of
Because
course.
was there a point where you kind of like, I might stop, I might.
Man, dude, shit. I wanted to like get into drums, like drumming and shit. That was at one point in time where I was just on some phase shit where I was listening to a lot of like rock and shit. But
Guitar Hero and all
yeah,
that kind of shit.
Guitar Hero,
I
all
thought
that
I was a beast on it. That's how Post Malone got it with the guitar, right?
niggas sleep on
Yeah, I
Guitar
think
Hero,
so.
bro.
And he
I don't
said
know.
he played Guitar Hero, and then I don't know that transition, but he honestly got it. So
I
what
don't
is
know.
what is your moment that you literally like was like I'm gonna stop?
I never said I was gonna stop, but I kind of wanted to just get into some other shit. Like even now, like I still kind of want to like eventually get into some acting shit.
Just
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
spread it
Just to
across.
spread it up,
Be diverse.
just not being done.
Bro, we
Like,
talented people, bro.
yeah.
I used to draw when I was a kid. I used to like
Yes, man,
dance and
good.
shit. We used to
Yeah.
music. It's funny because me and this dude started doing music in like 8th grade together, like in my basement type shit. So if I ever wanted to stop doing music, like I could probably have something else to fall back on. But it's like I'm so in it now. It's like no point.
Yeah,
There's no
I
point in
can't
stopping.
stop. No.
Like I said, we all get our discouraging moments, but you gotta just.
And you
like,
got that like at least some sort of core fan base that's like really? Like, well, you can't stop. Like, I want some more. I need more tracks.
We need more of them.
Because I've seen it through your Twitter feed. I had to go through it. Obviously, the interview process. I had to go through both you guys' interview, your feeds. You see people hitting it up. Like, this shit's hot. This is a favorite song.
Yeah, it's always a good feeling when you got your people, telling you like how they feel, whether it be good or bad. Like I always appreciate feedback.
Yeah, that shit gassed me up. I just want to drop another track on their ass.
And then you just go record another one. Cause you guys pretty much stay in the studio, it seems, right? If you're recording that many songs,
bro. Because at the end, if we too long, I'm not in there. I'd be itching.
Or it comes rusty too. Like you just kind of like when you go in there, you kind of like feel like you're a little bit lacking.
Well, dude, when it's been a while and I go back, I just
yeah.
You feel like you lacking, but you ready for more because you back again. It's like an adrenaline. It's like a drug, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just addicted to it.
Yeah.
Just the rush. Like when you're in the booth and you're just making music and it just coming out the way you want it to be, it's a good feeling. It's art.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
Bro, yeah, making tracks is a regular thing, bro. Like I said, when you are an artist, at least I feel, if anybody's an artist, you should try to come up with new material every day. Every day is a fresh mind. Every day is a new day to be on you know what I'm saying? And
we always say, too, obviously, for inspiration, who do you think kind of, like, molded around your writing style?
That's a good question. Me personally, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to answer because, like, it's always a period of my time in my life where I'm, like, really, like,
cycles
into an artist or artists. I don't know.
Project comes out, you're like, man, this, you get it. It's kind of inevitable.
To give you an answer, just generally, I really like Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of my.
That's wild, bro. Top. I think the interview that just went like
one, if
to
not
10
two,
right now.
Two artists. I'm not saying I write like him. I mean, it's funny because when I first started making music, I was kind of steering in that direction because that's like somebody I look up to. That's an inspiration. So we kind of, I wouldn't say I write like him, but man, like somebody I respect and somebody always gives me inspiration. Definitely Kid Cudi.
It's his music. Now you still earlier stuff or continuing
I
through
love
now?
everything, bro. I just saw his shit. When did we go to that concert, man?
He was recently here, wasn't he?
Yeah,
like
not
November.
that long. Yeah, right.
November. Yes. Yeah, man. I go to
Passion
man.
Slam.
I still
Demon
fuck with
Slam.
Cudi, bro. I still be listening to his new shit. I mean, I don't want to get in no debate because a couple albums people got some things to say about it.
Yeah, you
but
can get that, but Kanye still is calling him the best
Oh,
artist of
no
all
doubt.
time.
I
No
think
doubt.
most influential.
Most influential.
influential.
Whatever, man. He's the
Influence,
best to me. Come on, not
No, I love
He's
Cudi,
up there.
Yeah, he's most influential. And what about you?
Shit. Off the top of my head, probably Joey Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a
That
good like.
XXX feature.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My god. Bro.
Yeah.
They both killed that shit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. No doubt.
That tape in general was kind of like all over the place, but it neutraled out. Now, do you guys have a flow that you kind of always are going for? Like, this project's going to be like this. I mean, you have a title. When did the title come into play?
Kind of towards the end. Oh, no. Wait, no. I don't even know. Like
I made it up. I made it up, and I feel like I don't know. Yeah, it might have been in the middle of the process. We knew we was gonna make a tape. I had the name in mind, but I didn't pitch it to him until like a little bit later, type shit.
Yeah.
I had a couple names in mind, as a matter of fact, but
Why didn't you pitch it? Because you thought, man, he's probably.
nah, it's just
This is gonna be.
I don't know. I never got around to
Let
it.
me get the artwork done before I even tell them.
Yeah, right.
I gotta set up a PowerPoint.
The artwork was one of the last shits we did too.
Yeah,
like
that shit was last minute as hell, but it came out fire.
It looks good.
Yeah, shout out
For
to
something
Armand,
being
bro.
who?
Armand, that's our brother, bro. He used to stay out here. He stay out in KC. He's doing
at
his
Armand
thing.
Adon on Twitter if y'all need some graphic work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that was like, for being last minute, that
That's
kind
OG
of
shit.
almost fit perfectly with the vibe. With
Yeah.
the theme, with the vibe, and everything like that.
We already had that idea, just to collage. That's what I pitched to my graphic designer. We want to do like a collage of photos, and that's what he came up with. It's like I said, the project like wasn't even just us. Like a lot of people partake in a sense. You know what I'm saying? With the producers, the engineer, us as the vocalists and lyricists, and I got my graphic designer. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? We all come together.
Yeah. And I'm going to go off of that too as well, because obviously this is usually how people start interviews, but I kind of just wanted to warm up a little more. Where is these names coming from? Where do you guys find this? Did you go through cycles of names? Every artist has like this is what I'm called.
Oh, you talking about like our names? I thought you meant like the names of the songs in the project or some shit. That's a good question. I actually don't like answering that question.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's like I feel like for me to explain it, I'm going to talk about a really long time. And I'm trying not to do that.
It's as simple as version. Because people are going to
Simplest
ask.
version.
I mean, people are going to want to. This is literally going to be, I'm going to cut this up into a Twitter section and be like, they explain their names. And it's
The
going
whole
to be like
thread?
that. But it's got to be 2 minutes or less. It can't be anything. No. So
I
what?
picked my shit because it isn't predictable. You don't know what you're gonna.
It stands out too.
I get, yeah.
I see it and I'm
would
like,
hope
okay,
so.
that flows well.
I would hope so. Cause either I could be trash like I say, or you know what I'm saying, or
Well, because I tell
you could
people-
think I'm a mean person, or it just lets you, you know. I try to depict how I am like as an individual in my music, so it's like when you listen to my shit, I want you to feel like you get to know me. So however you take my name is however you're gonna take it.
Yeah, because like names too as well. You got like a lot of people that originally came out, like Wiz Khalifa. I didn't know how the hell to say his
Wiz
name when I
Khalifa
first
was
came
raw
out.
as hell, bro.
Yeah, but
You
when
saw
he
that
first
shit?
came out, you didn't know who the hell that was. You're like, Wiz Khalifa. Like, well, you couldn't even say it. Then you got
like-
people that are just the game. You got
Who's
very.
another name that damn, who's another name? I feel like I could think of
It's
somebody.
it's wild, right? Because you got some names that you're like, I would have never thought that that's how you say
I
it.
just thought of the meme, how you say SZA's name.
With the rat too. You know, honestly, I didn't know how to say it, and then all of a sudden you see that, and I was like,
I always said like SZA, like RZA, because I thought that's what it was
Scissors.
coming from. So I was just like, SZA.
or I thought it was like
Is this season?
season. Like you put
SZA,
season.
Boy, y'all don't know that shit.
Yeah.
Season.
Man,
Yo,
well, you know how
sound like
you
hungry.
No, you know how
tryna
you
eat
put
some
no seasons like seasons change.
Oh, okay.
You know when it's
Okay,
SZN, they put season. So I didn't say SZA, I put season, like whatever like that.
Like
Yeah. And then the damn meme was SZA with the little rat. I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's how you say it.
They go hard, bro. I mean, Missy Elliott was doing that. The
Yeah.
Z.
It's very random. So I that's the thing too as well. You're not gonna know what
That's
the
how
hell
I
the
feel
names
though
are.
with like Black, like when I
Six
first saw
Lack.
it, Six
Six
Lack.
Lack.
Yeah, it's 6 lakh for me,
was
man.
just
He's like,
Make it a B, bro.
Even if
Like-
you're a feature, even if you're a feature, you're 6 lakh to me the whole time.
Yeah, I don't
around
care.
it. There's
You
no
know,
way
black.
around
That's
it.
a 6, man. That ain't no B.
He even had to put on posters
You saw that in the city?
pronounced
shit.
black.
I saw that. I saw one like at a bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like downtown. That shit blew me.
yeah. It was like literally like
It's pronounced Black.
Somebody
Yeah,
on Twitter
it's
was
pronounced
like,
black.
that's what you get for trying to be different, nigga. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like,
He got us talking though. Not gonna lie.
is,
So like
yeah.
it
oh
worked.
yeah, definitely.
You see,
But
it
I
was,
know- you can't imagine him not being hard pressed and everybody getting his shit wrong.
yeah, true. That's what I'm
Calling him
saying. There's a
6
lot of
lakh.
people that
Ayo,
are the
6
same.
lakh.
6.
Yeah,
It's black, but okay.
I
I
don't
appreciate
even-
the. I appreciate the.
I feel it though, because I don't even like when people spell my name funny, like on the internet. Like it be blowing me sometimes. Like,
That shit happens to me. They'd be like DJ Saab, and I'll be like, it's Seb. It's
yeah,
Seb, please.
I don't really like.
But I appreciate the
Yeah, I
support.
appreciate
Thank
the
you.
like
support.
I spell no good. It's not two different words. I just put it in one word, and I don't capitalize the G. It's not like no. It's just like
Or even
big.
Anderson .Paak. Is it Anderson .Paak?
It's Pack.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's
now,
Paak.
but then he said if you don't put the period in the name, he won't even show up to the venue. Because he said that's part of like his name. There's
how you-
Anderson,
that's how you- for real?
Anderson,
Hey, man.
period.
That's
And
how you
then
make a
it's-
statement. Shit.
Yeah.
I
He was very specific. He's like that.
I
That
agree
just
with
made
that
me
all day.
show people had attention.
Okay.
Same
Like
thing
they.
with like Amine, right?
That's
I
what I
didn't
was
know.
trying to fucking think about.
Yeah, I
Motherfuckers
mean,
call him anime.
I always call them Amine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely call him anime. I'm like, yeah. Or
Anime.
Sai, dude. I'm not Sai Bobby, Babby, whatever the fuck, dude.
Oh, Sai baby.
Sai
Hey,
baby.
Shit, I
Okay.
need.
All right.
Damn,
see,
I
that's
gotta, I gotta Google search this. I don't know.
Dude who made the pull up with the stick. Let
Yeah.
it hit. Huh? Sai baby.
Sai baby.
Yeah.
I don't even got it saved in my library. They just pull up with a stick. I don't even got it
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah, it's a
Sai
random
baby.
thing.
Yeah.
But you see, there's like a bunch of people, random names you don't know, but you know their song.
Yeah, like Blicky.
You got me on that one?
Takashi 69.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
it's- yeah, that's another reason why I know I feel like my shit got a crack, because there's a lot of more people I feel like with weirder names than me. So
That's another one too. Takashi
XXX
Tentacion. I'm not saying that long ass name. I'm like, yo, X has a
Be like, yo, Triple X. You listen to that
Triple
Triple
X.
X?
Triple X10.
extension.
Extension cord.
Extension.
They already know. You be on that shit.
I'm not doing that. I'm not pronouncing the whole fucking name. I'm not doing it.
Oh, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. It's just crazy. So
That niggas
now,
are crazy, bro. Niggas
Um,
just be coming up with anything.
but the songs are there. You see a lot of songs. It's wild. Like Cardi could have came up with Bodak Yellow and that's it. She actually has some sort of longevity. But you see a lot of artists where me personally, I don't have time to listen to everybody's stuff. One, it's gonna influence me to do something else if I listen heavy on something. But two, there's just so much stuff every day. There's something new.
You mind if I ask you something, dude?
Oh no, we gotta go to commercial break.
Nothing crazy. I was gonna ask how you got put onto our shit, cause it's like my
It's a
second.
circle, man. You gotta look for stuff. You gotta look for stuff that's in your area, that's outside of your area, whatever it may be. I've found, I worked with him. I didn't know who he was at one point, and then I heard him kind of making stuff and doing shows, and I was like, okay,
Nice.
I'm gonna commission him for something. With you guys too, is I've heard some of your stuff. Like when I mentioned the Mick Jenkins track, like I heard it. I was like, oh shit, somebody from.
You heard that shit?
Yeah.
How long ago did you hear that shit?
This man.
Was it recent or was it like a minute ago?
It came out like 3 years ago, maybe.
You heard that shit?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
At my
I wasn't even
old
talking
gig,
about-
someone that probably went to school with you, probably worked with me or something like that, and they brought up, yo, like there's this dude named Marcus. I was like, okay, cool. And then he's like, but he's got some track. He's got some. They always like that. Yo, there's some dude that's got some heat from here. And I was like, okay, let me hear it.
What?
Got some heat. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's hear this. So then you're kind of like hesitant
That
to be
shit
like,
sound funny. That shit-
no, never mind. So then all of a sudden I hear it and I'm like, okay, cool. Oh shit, he's legitimately got features. Oh shit, he's legitimately putting together a project and it sounds quality. Like you got a lot of people from your city, any city out there that has potential, but they won't invest in studio. They won't invest in the studio time.
I mean, a lot of people got their priorities fucked up. I mean, that's a different story. Cause I know
Let's speak on
motherfuckers-
that. Let's speak on people that.
What priority? I mean, are you talking about just people in general or artists? Like,
Well, how do you set yourself up for success? Because a lot of people have procrastination. A lot of people get caught up in
that's
it. You
things-
see a lot of artists that get caught up in, the minute stardom where they get a little bit of buzz and then all of a sudden they just kind of dwell on that. They don't see further, whatever it may be. What is it that keeps you guys focused?
Man.
the fact that I'm not where I'm at yet, not where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So that keeps it moving. I'm gonna let you go ahead and say it.
Shit. Just on some real shit, you just kind of like,
That was a good question. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it 100 with you. If you repeat that shit, but like in less
I'm like
words.
literally firing out this shit right now.
Yeah,
bro.
no, that's a good
Fire.
question. Like I want to answer it better. Like I feel like you need to.
This
a
is
good
what
interview.
I do.
It's a
It's
fucking
only
good
the second episode.
only the second.
That
On
was
fire.
I lost it. I was gonna say you should repeat that shit. 'Cause I don't
Wait,
even
just
know the fuck-
literally just down to the simple fact. What keeps you focused? There's a lot of distractions, especially
talking about
on the come up.
priorities.
Yeah, priorities. When you're on the come up, there's a lot of things that are gonna stray you away from like, it's grind time. Like it's time I gotta actually
I
put in
feel
the
like
work.
being around a good circle of people and everybody's kind of like on the same page would definitely blow you up. And if not blow you up, just shoot your motivation up. You know what I'm saying? It's always hard to do this shit by yourselves. I mean, you gotta like the motivation is there, the process of being creative is there. You know what I'm saying? The funds is there as far as promotion and shit. Cause you gotta like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to go to being an artist, not just a rapper, just an artist. Period. You know what I'm saying? As far as like building your brand up, it's a lot that goes into it. And it's hard to do it by yourself. So.
Especially if you don't have a backing or anything like that. You're
No
doing it out of
management
pocket.
or
Nothing.
Nothing like that. So yeah, it's hell yeah. I mean, when you
Yeah,
really
other
want to do it
shit.
the right way, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some motherfuckers can get on YouTube and blow up overnight
Yeah.
just by by any dumb shit. Like a lot of rappers are coming up just doing. I'm not trying to diss on nobody by all means at all, but I'm just saying like you could get on YouTube and do anything. Somebody just pick it up, but there's still people out there who got talent. You know what I'm saying? And can't really get no buzz without the right people around them.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to do shit by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And what about you? What keeps you focused? What keeps you wanting to
Shit,
keep
man,
going?
honestly, kind of the same thing. I like bouncing back with my brothers, or just the good folk around me, all other artists or other.
Because you've got people that are mad talented around you and they're not
Oh,
doing
yeah,
shit.
man.
And
Yeah.
they're not doing shit. You're not gonna do shit.
Bro,
It's hard to overcome that.
It's
hard
crazy.
to.
A lot of people come up just by being around the right people at the right time. Type
Yeah.
shit, too,
Yeah.
just riding the wave.
You're literally finding
So,
ways and being
especially-
open to it.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to my point I was trying to prove. So imagine an artist with just zero industry connection at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get your foot in that door. You need to have that buzz. You need to have that fan base. You need to have that backing so to let your ass right the fuck in when the time is ready. Like Chance, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gotta be prepared, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had industry connections, but it's like he got those like by getting the city on his back. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot, and touching on Chance's situation, I think a lot of that has to do with his upbringing, being able to know how to really take hold of his dad. I think his dad had a lot of push on making sure like, hey, if you got an opportunity, this is how you're gonna handle it. You're gonna
Yeah,
promote
and his
yourself and
dad-
everything like that.
his dad-
Because sometimes you could be
His dad
hot.
know what he doing.
He knows. Yeah.
His dad's his pops is in
Yeah,
politics.
yeah.
He like
Yeah.
works for, like-
Yeah, you know that
So
shit.
he
So he
probably
has-
did a lot of pointers on like marketing to
How to
him,
sell
like,
yourself, how to
yeah.
make sure that you're doing it good.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That
saying?
man can legitimately do whatever he wants in this city
That's
and
what
outside of it.
motherfuckers don't understand, like the process that goes into like I'm just back on Chance for example, like you know what I'm saying? Because there be people even close to you, you don't have to like buy or try to finesse that connection that's there. That's his father. He probably taught him like hella good marketing. So like I said, it kind of goes back to what I said, having good people around you.
Yeah.
With that, you know what I'm saying? That same mentality and just kind of, if they're gonna steer you in any direction, you gotta just pray it's the right direction if you know what you want to do.
And you gotta be prepared.
Yeah.
At all times,
definitely,
you gotta be prepared.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, as far as keeping the priorities straight, like I definitely feel like it's a group effort. You know, everybody's gotta be on the same page.
Shit, even without a group though, like on some personal shit, like what keeps me kind of motivated is, you know, every day I wake up and I just kind of like recap, you know, kind of take a look in the mirror, good look, and, you know, just be like, am I really like the person that, you know, I think I'm trying to
Who you're
be?
portraying.
Yeah, you know.
Sab's
or-
agreeing with this right now.
You know what I'm saying, man? Like, you know, am I in the position I want to be at? Do I have this? Do I have that? You know, all that. Just, you know.
And it
You know,
goes-
you live your own life at the end of the day. You know, yeah, you got the people around you. You got family. You got friends. But, you know, nobody really helping you as you going to help yourself.
Yeah.
Type shit, you know? So, kind of just do that. Also, you know, just bounce around with the people I got around me, you know, keep me up.
And is your team growing? I know we got some of these. If you guys want to, if you want to introduce them, please feel free to bring them into the camera. Step away real quick. Come back in. Anybody? Don't be camera shy.
Hey, you know.
There's a hella talking over there. All right, introduce yourself into the mic real quick. Who are you? What do you do to the team?
My brother Golden.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Shit, man. I go by Golden. You know what I'm saying? Been here since the
Go.
jump with these boys. You know what I'm talking about?
Go.
We in this shit. What you talking about?
And who?
G rep, all that good stuff.
And he's part of obviously the team, correct?
Yeah.
And then who else we got over here? Are there anybody else there? They're just kind of like the team, but not really the music team.
Those are the
Music team?
This is like the actual core. Right
Are we all working on it?
CMG, I'm
This is
talking
3
about.
out of
Yeah,
4.
537.
Yeah. Now, are we? Obviously, we want to wrap this up. What is the next thing that's coming out? What is the next project? What's going through your heads as far as like, are we still going to push this and work on other things, or it's kind of like let's
Bingo.
do this? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
still pushing. Like I said, we got a visual. We got visuals coming soon, and I still got shit. I'm gonna drop on the side, and she drops on the side. It's just we gonna keep it moving. We gotta keep on. You know, I'm not trying to dwell on it. You know, we know when we made the project, it was very spontaneous. We didn't really like say, "Oh, we're gonna take this project and try to boom tour with it." And it's just kind of like
Yeah, it just
kind of did it
happened.
for our people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So still gonna definitely push it because there's some good music on it, but we got a lot more to come too.
Well, listen, guys. I think there's something here. Obviously, I do. You guys are really pushing it. As far as like from people we know, you're pushing it, and that's the whole thing. Is you being consistent, doing something that you want to do, and keep pushing it. You're not necessarily just sticking to just music itself. You guys have other things, endeavors that you want to do, but it's something. And obviously, I'm looking forward to whatever's coming out because if it's a follow-up tape, if it's anything as good as this, obviously it's something that is gonna catch waves and do the same thing. Hopefully,
Appreciate
if
it,
not better.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Now, do you guys have anything to say before we go? Obviously, make sure you shout out yourselves as far as like your.
Shit, shout out to y'all two for having us out, man. This
Appreciate
was
it, man.
fun.
Shout out to the
This
Radio
interview.
Rejekts, man. We fuck with y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
real
you.
shit.
Thank you. Now, go ahead and tell them where they can find you.
Like I said,
Social media?
my name is Marcus Nogood. You can catch everything at marcusnogood.com.
Posey, you know, all social media it's Posey, so follow that.
It's just spelled
It's
as it
just-
is.
It's Posey.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Obviously, Instagram and everything like that, they can all be directed to the
All
music
the-
itself. And then the project is available on iTunes, Spotify,
Everything.
All
SoundCloud,
that
everything.
good shit.
Yep.
All right.
All of it.
Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We're going to get into a freestyle. We're going to get into something going on right now. And obviously, we're going to wrap it up.
All right, bet. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate
Appreciate it so much.
it, man.